What up, YouTube? Webhead Mike here, and we are what? 4 weeks, about a month out of Avatar: The Way of Water being in theaters, and already it has reached $1.9 billion. I told you, don't underestimate James Cameron. I had a feeling he's going to hit $2 billion with this. All we're missing is $100 million. I have every confidence that'll materialize over the next 2 weeks. Now, if you look at the daily, if you look at the daily grosses, or you compare the weekly grosses, it's rather consistent, doesn't drop off much. Matter of fact, in week 3, if you look at the weekend to weekend, there was a sudden uptick in the revenue. You don't see that often. Last time I saw that was with Top Gun Maverick. And likewise, all this has to do is just get that 100 more million, and then it's got it. Now, of course, the movie was already profitable, I think, when it hit 1.5 billion. But I do like to have that little icing on the cake that, haha, James Cameron was right. Now, when people initially interpreted him saying this movie needs to hit 2 billion, he might have been off because he was saying it needs to be like among the highest grossing films of all time, and people looked at those numbers, myself included, and thought, oh, 2 billion? Is that what it has to hit to break it? How do you spend this? Again, I can't imagine how anyone could spend so much money on a film it needs to get 2 billion just to turn a profit. I can't imagine any bank giving you the loan for that, especially when it's been 13 years in production. Or, maybe it wasn't actively in production. I have every confidence when I look at the special edition or collector's edition, like I got with the first one, I'll be able to look at, well, when did writing begin? What about principal production and filming? Actually getting the props and actors all together. Well, funny thing about props, I don't think there were many. Anyway, I'm getting off topic now. When you look at the weekend to weekend, it's dropping like 30% or less, except for that one weekend where it surged up 6%. And then when you look at the week to week, it's averaging somewhere between 10 to 20 million now every week. I'm sorry, every day it's beginning to hit just under 10. Now, I was assuming this might perform a little bit similarly to the first one, where it kept getting until March, when people were finally not coming in. But part of that is because the farther away you get from the theatrical release date, the more percentage the theater itself gets to keep and for themselves. It's part of the reason why Titanic was running so long. Even if you weren't filling capacity, the fact that you were keeping like maybe 80% of the ticket suddenly made it so if you were at half, that's a good haul all of a sudden. And likewise, we're gonna hit that again with this movie. Now, one potential hiccup might be that over these past 2 years, a lot of members have gotten into this habit, well, would-be audience members have gotten into the habit of just waiting for it to come on streaming. I know I didn't stop going to theaters when the great plandemic hit. But, again, I'm not everyone. If you're watching, maybe you're not everyone. But a lot of people got conditioned that way. And you partly can't blame them. I remember seeing A Quiet Place Part 1 in theater, and there was someone who would not stop giving stupid commentary throughout it, even trying to say the movie was bad. And that is just like the worst thing to do in that movie, because you need to be quiet in a quiet place. Go figure. But hey, that really helped for the atmosphere, the tone, and the setting. And every other time I watched it in a theater, you could hear a pin drop. It's perfect. I love the way that was set up. But there is always that roll of the dice when it comes to that. When I went to see Nope, first time I went to see it, little chitter chatters from the audience members. Second time I went to see it, Everyone was just having proper etiquette and manners. Now, I myself, when it comes to movie etiquette, I tend to not give commentary. Like most of the reactions will be, "Ooh, ah, good," because I don't want to take other people out of the movie, but I like to get engaged with the movie. Now, likewise, I think a lot of people are hitting that with Avatar 2. I only got to see it once in theaters. Over this weekend, I'll get to, my girlfriend hasn't seen it yet, and finally we're in that time when she's available to go out, and we'll see how she enjoys. I haven't steered her wrong yet with any movie. I mean, especially with RRR. Man, that is her new favorite movie. I can't blame her. It's one of my favorite movies too. Might be my favorite movie. If only I could get it on Blu-ray or something physical. But at least I can look forward to that with Avatar 2. That is another thing. When between Avatar 1 and Avatar 2, coming out on DVD or Blu-ray might have been a bit longer of a process. Again, because the theater will want to keep it in theaters longer so they can get more and more revenue for themselves. And now we have also in contention the conditioning for streaming, where a theater might yank it sooner, or the company pushing it out will push up production of their own Blu-rays, DVDs, and 4Ks. I know if there is a 4K and Blu-ray DVD of Avatar: The Way of Water, I'll be picking it up because I would like to go through everything. Because, yes, there are some parts of the movie that don't make sense. You look at that one prisoner exchange towards the end, and I was very confused as to the dynamics. But that's besides the point. I like to get engaged with this stuff. So, Avatar 2: The Way of Water, can it swell to that 2 billion mark? All things considered, I won't be surprised if it doesn't, but I expect that it will. Well, what about you guys? Am I off my rocker? Maybe dead on? Somewhere in the ballpark? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like, hit that like button. I thank you for watching this long. But for now, WebMike, out.